25. Wyatt. I wake up to a mess of copper waves in my face. And I fucking love it. Because that hair is attached to Aurora Jones, who's currently naked in my arms, who screamed my name as she came all over my cock last night and my face. I nuzzled further into her hair, breathing in the citrus smell. Her scent is so invigorating, making me feel alive, just like when I'm around her. She lights up my life in a way I never expected, in a way I didn't think anyone could. Aurora shifts against me, starting to wake, and the sound of her whimpers against my neck. But it's only 4:30 in the morning, and though my body clock might be hardwired with the rancher life, I know Aurora could probably use the longer sleep before people start turning up for the retreat tomorrow. So, I stop touching her and tuck my hand around her waist, curling around her more, hoping I can lull her back into her in her ear. Do you still need more, princess? I don't think I'll ever stop needing more of you, Wyatt, she responds, voice raspy from moaning. There's almost a surprised edge to the way she says it. I suck in a breath and try to ignore the wholeness filling my chest, because I'm slightly scared I'll never stop needing more of her either. Not now. I've let myself free to fly with these feelings. Will you quit smiling so much? It's making me uncomfortable, Duke grumbles as he settles one of the boxes beside me. What? I'm allowed to smile. I furrow my brow and head out of the stockroom, towards the back door where the rest of the boxes are piled waiting. Duke's my oldest friend, and we've both always appreciated how well we can get along in silence, so I assumed the fact that I've hardly said anything because all I can think about is Aurora would go relatively unnoticed. Guess I hadn't realized I'd been smiling silly in turn. It does make sense why my cheeks are aching. Yeah, you're allowed to smile, but you never do. Duke catches up with a few long strides. Except on Fridays when you've got a beer in your hand listening to Sawyer and Wolfman chat shit. Well, he's not wrong there. I just shrug and head out the back door, giving the rock keeping it open a quick kick to make sure it's in place. Maybe I'm thinking about all the free beers you're gonna give me for helping you out today. I joke, though I know that assisting Duke with his deliveries is my way of saying thanks for him helping out at the ranch when we need him, particularly during calving and branding season. He'd never admit to it, but the guy's a hell of a rider and can rope calves better than me most days. Fat chance, Duke laughs and grabs a box just as I do. We carry them back inside, silent until he heaves his box up onto another with a sigh. Then he twists to me, leaning an elbow against the stack. He raises his brows. Though come to think of it, you've been smiling a lot more for the last month or so. The smug grin he's barely holding back elaborates. Enough. Oh yeah, I ask, feigning ignorance and folding my arms. Yeah, Duke mirrors my stance, especially when there's a British redhead around. Silence hovers between us, Duke still staring me down with a knowing smile. I'm not sure why I don't want to admit what happened between me and Aurora. I'd love to say it's because I'm a gentleman, and we all know a gentleman doesn't kiss and tell. Particularly since Aurora and I haven't discussed what happened between us and what it meant. Though that's mostly because we were a little preoccupied with doing something other than talking last night and this morning. Besides, she might not want people knowing, which is a wish I'd want to respect. But, if I'm being totally honest, that's why I'm nervous to say anything. What if it didn't mean anything to her? What if I'm just a way for her to feel better after being heartbroken by her ex? It's not like I didn't do the same with my share of women after Holly left me. Damn, how has she got me suddenly feeling all these feelings? This isn't like me. I'm either content or pissed off. My emotions don't exist on a long spectrum like Aurora's clearly do. I learned long ago that life tends to be easier that way. I don't get nervous. I don't get giddy. I don't get excited. Except apparently for Aurora, I do. Funny thing is, I think there's a lot more I might be willing to do for her too. More than I thought I ever would. Fine. I slept with Aurora, I admit with a long exhale. One that has my mind easily slipping into a daydream of all the things I wish I could be doing with her right now. It takes a lot of strength to pull myself out of it. Are you happy now? Duke lets out a whistle. Well, I'll be damned. Suddenly he starts searching and scrambling along the shelves around us, then hooks down a pretty expensive bottle of whiskey. He cocks his head to usher me out of the stockroom and towards the bar, where he grabs 2 tumblers and fills them, and he's smirking the whole time. He nudges one of the tumblers towards me and picks up the other. To celebrate you finally letting yourself have what you want. What do you mean? I scoff, eventually clinking my glass against Duke's where he's been holding it out, waiting. Chuckling, Duke sips his whiskey, a blissed-out look passing over him as he savors the taste. He sets the glass down and leans against the bar. It means ever since Holly left, you've had it in your head that you don't deserve good things. It's like you completely forgot what your tattoo meant. And I sure as hell didn't let you convince me to get that wolf on my shoulder, so you could forget all about the point of us having those tattoos. I take a long drink of my whiskey to let Duke's words settle in. I'm happiest when I'm not caged. Like right now, when I finally stop suppressing my feelings and let myself indulge in the sweet honey that is Aurora Jones. And good God, did she taste phenomenal. So much so I might genuinely be addicted. I checked my watch, wondering how long it's been since I last touched her. Last ran my tongue over her golden freckled skin, ... And Aurora, she's definitely good for you. You seem, I don't know. Duke shrugs, pondering over his drink as he swirls the tumbler, lighter around her, lighter. I couldn't count the number of times Aurora's had me smiling and laughing, even if a lot of that laughter is directed at her and the silly things she comes out with. Without Aurora, I wouldn't have thrown away and burned all the clothes that reminded me of Holly. That reminded me of the man I always thought I should have been, but I now realize would have just been a desperately unhappy, inauthentic man. Without Aurora, I wouldn't be letting myself indulge in midday lake swimming sessions, carefree horse rides, or even goddamn morning yoga under the sunrise. Lighter might just be the perfect word to describe how she makes my life feel. And brighter, there's a whole lot more sunlight when she's around, that's for sure. I think that's the most you've ever said in one go, I tease, trying to pretend that his words haven't hit me so. Yeah, well, someone had to say it, and I am your oldest friend, so it should probably be me. Duke grins, finishes off his drink, and slaps a hand on the bar, the bang echoing through the emptiness. Besides, we all... No, Sawyer and Wolfman are just going to ask you weirdly intimate things when they find out, like what noises she makes. One of us has to be mature. I almost spit the whiskey back in the glass. Note to self, don't tell Sawyer and Wolfman about Aurora. Duke claps me on the shoulder as I down the last of my drink, relishing the whiskey's smoky undertones. Now let's finish off this delivery so you can get back to your girl.